Oh, that's good. It worked. Good.
Yeah,
We are
wow.
live, live. The hills are alive. This background is alive. I need to do the hard work though and do a little bit of sharing because a comic book look is not a page, it is a group. So I'm gonna let Sam do a minute to win it while I do all the hard works.
I actually have a pretty funny one for everybody here. So I was working at what this and it's a I was working and I was ringing somebody up at a register this recently, and the lady had a very thick like southern accent. You could tell she wasn't from here. And I punch in her rewards and stuff. Her name is Moira, and I go, it's like, oh, so it's from Moira here, and she goes, you're the first person in this state to ever pronounce my name correctly. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm going like, you can thank X-Men comics for that, ma'am.
Well, I mean,
Like I
they're
like it's like no one else is like, if I didn't know about Moira McTaggart, no way I was gonna know what that name is.
oh my gosh, that's
Isn't that kind of
hilarious.
funny?
That's brilliant, actually.
She was just so like happy to hear about it. It's like, you're the first person in this state to get it for me, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, I didn't want to say like, oh, you can thank X-Men Comics for that, man, but I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? So I think what I don't know what I bother even saying, but like, just thank you X-Men for throwing that out there.
Yeah. Oh man, right away. We're not even like opening the show yet. Sunny D's on it. Sunny D's my boy, StarCraft 2 streamer extraordinaire. Sunny, I know you're streaming other games, but StarCraft 2 is the roots. I still have your mug right here on my desk. And you're just a good guy. So thank you for all that you do and for your good energy. And we still need to have our virtual cup of coffee sometime.
Is there,
Um,
is there such thing as a StarCraft 3?
Not yet.
Okay.
I wish there was, but I mean that would be really cool. Randy Owens is checking in with us here on the YouTube, saying, "Hey guys, it's been a while." Hey Randy, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you're staying warm. That is why I'm wearing the stylish cap right now. Oh man, back to you, man. Back to you. Coffee soon though, please. Seriously, 2024 resolution before the year ends. That'd be amazing. Um, I suppose we better open the show. What
I
do you
guess
think?
my minutes when it wasn't long enough.
You did great. I think. Did you?
I mean, I don't know. Randy, let us know how was my minute to win it.
That was fantastic. On that note, we're gonna roll this beautiful opener and bask in our digital greatness.
A Comic Book Look, your weekly TV show on comic book culture.
Hey, comic book lookers, it's your boy John on Demand, aka Staying So Toasty. I might actually overheat during the stream because this hat is actually pretty warm, and when you put this mane down on top of it, it's just like, triple comforter action kind of thing. But definitely rocking and rolling tonight. So still John on Demand, but still kind of we're still on summer operating hours right now. Life's been a little crazy, but nonetheless, joined by amazing newest hot rod on the comic book lots, a comic book look lot. Sam I am, aka @Nullman12 on the TikToks for all of you youngsters out there. Sam, how are you
Absolutely.
doing?
Doing good, man. It was our first snow here, and it was very small and faint, but it just was the rude awakening to me. I said, I gotta officially start wearing a coat now. But
That's
you know
the
what? The
way.
nice thing about that is when it gets colder, I read a whole lot more books.
Preach.
And so, you know what? That is one thing that I'm never going to be mad about.
Yeah. Well, speaking of books, we got a little bit to talk about tonight. Before we get into the
Absolutely.
reads and stuff, there's actually something really cool on the horizon and a couple of cool things going on with Bamboo Panel Studios. So, Bamboo Panel Studios is Randy, Sam, and I. really just kind of given a go at comic book creation based out of South Dakota. The background that you see is our A cover for Cosmotrope issue number 1. That cover is still available. They have copies at, let's see, a couple of shops in Nebraska, I know for sure. Shout out to Legend Comics and Coffee, by the way. And also, why am I being dumb? Rosen Eugene's Presents. I just saw her 2 days ago. So actually, yesterday. So that was amazing. So she still has a couple of copies left too. The reason why I lift up that cover specifically, though, we're not printing it anymore. So that's it. It was a batch of 100.
Collector's item.
And when it's gone, it's gone. So we're excited about that. But we just got in this mountain of variant covers because our Kickstarter got fully funded, which is amazing. If you are interested in being a part of the Kickstarter, I will magically and non-intrusively log into our Instagram and get that link and post it into the comments here momentarily after I
Every
find
little
it.
bit counts, guys. Like even if it's just $1, you know, you're putting $1 to independent publishing in the local state of South Dakota. We're trying to put out some really good stuff for everybody to see, and we're hoping to make a go of it.
So the Kickstarter, just so you guys know, sometimes Kickstarters are for like truly helping bring the project to life because printing a book ain't cheap. In our case, the book's already here. The funding is actually intended to fund issue 2 to help pay the writer. That's one of our initiatives, is just always being timely with our payments towards colorist, inks, letters, anything like that. And so we really are passionate about making sure that we have the money on hand. And then if we don't have the money on hand, we're like, whoa, let's put the project on hold for right now. We want to be fair to you, the creator. And so with that, I am going to go ahead and post a link to our Kickstarter. There are 12 days left on it, I believe. So definitely feel free to check it out. All the covers that you'll see tonight are on there too. But we are just so thrilled, you guys, to see that there was interest literally from all over the world. And it was just so cool. So we are a big believer in just, growing together is our theme. And we just thank everyone that had an opportunity to pledge. And if you are still interested, there is still time. And yeah, I guess maybe we should show some of these exciting wares.
Absolutely.
So first off, the A cover, like I said, is kind of featured in the background. We have a new A cover for the book, which is also done by our rockstar interior artist, Ashley Mortensen. And so this is looking very sharp. We love this cover. This has Liam on the cover and then the antagonist who you're going to meet in this book. But this cover is incredibly sharp. So we are very excited to offer this. So this is featured. They're all featured on the Kickstarter, but this is the new main cover. I especially love the magenta header. I think it really pops from the cover. And she just did a beautiful job. When I saw this one, I was like, I cannot wait to see the physical. So getting to bag and board these was probably the most enjoyable thing that I've done in forever, because it was just fun to see this come together. So this is the new main cover. Ashley also did a very beautiful job on Randy had fun with this one. So this is the legend of what is called the Bear Tour. So think about those people that see Bigfoot or whatever, and someone's going to be ratting on our boy Liam, changing from bear to man and back again. So there is literally a Bear Tour cover where a bear is running behind a tree and a man runs out with a poppin' orange header on there. This one also done by rockstar artist, interior artist Ashley Mortensen. So this one, it's just kind of a fun tribute cover. And what was it to Gravity Falls, I believe is what Randy was going with that one. So I thought that was pretty cool. We also did get in physical copies of our Kickstarter exclusive cover, another Ashley cover here. She just rocked these out. This one has the whole cast of the book on there, and it's just kind of a fun this could be a movie poster.
Yeah, that's the most movie poster one right there.
Yeah. So it's fun to me because I love seeing all the characters on the cover. It really is just kind of a joy. So far we're at 3 new covers, and I still have a few more to talk about. So
this is a good problem to have.
This is nuts. Let's see what else I got here. Up next, we have this guy is just amazing. But Erwin just makes magical things. And so we call this the epic movie poster variant cover. And so this is the cover in color. And again, it just features the cast of the book on there. I adore this one. And then for those of you that are like, whoa, too much color, we got a limited edition black and white as
Very
well with
cool.
no branding on there. So this is the virgin cover. So
That
black
makes
and
it
white.
kind of look like a 1930s horror movie. Cool.
Yeah. And then finally, actually, I do have a color version of this. Hold up. Let me see if I can get this. So we had a Mikey Martinez did a color cover for us. This is Liam, the duality of turning into a bear. And we actually ordered 10 of just black and white on
That's
there
really
too.
cool too.
Completely virgin. So that's freaking exciting too. So in addition to that, we did get replenishments on our Glenn covers, our Mikey covers. So Glenn Quigley coming in, rocking and rolling there. And then like I said, just that A cover and the sketch cover. How can I forget the sketch cover? But the sketch variant cover is a lot of fun too. So again, the Kickstarter is still going on right now. We are so excited about this, but we do just want to communicate that these things happen because of the support of you guys. And our first round of Cosmotrope, we literally sold out of our immediate stock because of the shows that we were doing and the tabling opportunities. Which brings me to the next thing. We have a tabling opportunity that was presented to us by Rich from Brookings Book Company. So on Saturday, the 30th of November, Randy and I will be up in Brookings, South Dakota. They are hosting a signing event for local creators, so we were invited to be a part of that, and we were so excited. And that'll be the first time taking some of these covers on the road too. So if you're in the area and just want to check it out or you're curious, we'll have our paint pens at the ready to sign some covers. And then I'll have some copies of Dottie's #1 along for the ride too. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun though, Sam. Just seeing the product come in the door, all the shipping stuff came in the door, so that way when the Kickstarter ends, we start getting them in the mail and get them out. So we're ready to go. But gosh, other than that, what else? I had one other thing and I can't remember what it was. I know that we're starting to think and work on Dottie's issue #2, so that's a huge win. And Cosmotrope #2 is under construction. Oh, yeah. I am going to be working on a couple of things myself coming up. So we'll see how all that goes too. It's all going to link up to Dottie's storyline, so it'll be fun. So, yeah.
We're making things happen here.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, yes. So definitely excited about that. If payday doesn't line up with these 12 days left in the Kickstarter, no stress at all. Just in time for the holidays, our online store will be launching next month. So we're really excited about that too. And we are going to be doing some promotions, just to lift that up here probably in the next couple of weeks. So that is the end of that, but enough business. Let's have some fun with some of our reads because I told Sam I have an ace up my sleeve that he's not going to see. He might have just seen it coming because I just lifted it up, but we'll see.
Yeah, even when you write them, you still want to read them. So we're here to still show us what we're still regular nerds who still read our comic books too.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first, John? Or
yeah, I got 3 things tonight, and I'm excited.
I also have 3 things. Can I showcase something first, though?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I allowed myself one major exclusion to my graphic novel Read What You Own challenge.
Oh boy.
This is technically I'm breaking the rules, but I feel like I had to for this very specifically thing. So DC and Marvel, they teamed up in the 90s, right? They had finally reprinted some of the DC Marvel crossovers.
Yes.
And I got the crossover omnibus. I had to. I'm sorry. When am I going to get this again? I got to do it now. And I'm going to be kicking myself later when this is $1,000 on eBay.
Yeah.
So I had to get it now.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't even though I'm kind of breaking my own rule, like I'm so happy to have this. This is so much fun to see and read through and see all the crazy crossovers in there, like the ones you expect to see and the ones you had like no idea they even did. Like, did you know they did a Galactus cross Darkseid?
Yes, I have that one.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Like it's like they did Silver Surfer and Green Lantern. And they did a lot of these like crazy ones that you never would even think of, and the obvious ones. And they have all the ones back from the 70s all the way to like the 2000s in this bad boy.
Is the
is
Teen
so
Titans
cool.
one and the X-Men one in there or whatever it is?
Yeah, and like it's all that awesome art. It's so fun to see. I made a bet with my parents. I would paint a fence for them if they get the Amalgam Universe one for me.
Oh wow,
That's my payment.
dude, heck yeah.
And so I'll be getting that one as well, but I didn't buy it, so it's okay, everyone.
Heck yeah.
But I just had to showcase that because I'm like, oh, it's so cool to see.
Dude,
I
that's
like
awesome.
I kind of I gushed over it for like 2 hours,
Yeah.
because I just loved it so much. I had to show it off. I had to. show
Dude,
off
that's
my
a sweet
in there.
purchase. I want one. Man.
Yeah, I'll let you borrow it sometime if you want.
I'm tell you what, I'm gonna be visiting family next week, so probably stop by a couple of shops and I might see if I can score it. I don't know though, because I'm sure that one's flying off the shelf.
I pre-ordered this bad boy.
Okay, you're smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that from at Barnes and Noble. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
you gonna have this?
Yeah.
But let me know.
Smart.
Yeah.
All right.
But my first book is actually something I read for my graphic novel challenge.
Oh.
It was and actually it's a character showcased in that book right there, and I went back and reread Action Comics 1000. This, and by the way, this is a stunningly well-made book. By the way,
I mean, it's Superman. What do you expect?
well, like think about it like this though, like the Superman on it. The whole book is like has a flatness, like a flatness to it, but Superman himself on the cover shines.
Yeah.
On
Oh,
him,
yes.
and it's hard to show on here, but like he shines, and the rest of the cover is just kind of flat.
Right.
This book is kind of and they basically ensembled all of the great Superman writers of yesteryear and now, as in 2000s, early 2020s. Of DC writers to make this thing, and minus one storyline, this is a fantastic little read here, I have to say. None of the stories, it's more of an anthology, but talking about the ideals of Superman and like why he is so great and why you should aspire to be just like him, kind of thing. Most of them are going to be like that. There's one called The Car, where it's the guy whose car Superman smashes in Action Comics 1. You know? The car.
I'm just kidding. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what you would say.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes people gotta think about it. The car, like it belongs to a guy named Butch Matson, and so Butch Matson takes it to a mechanic, and mechanic goes, you might as well just pitch that thing, get it scrapped. And then he goes out and like starts walking home, and Superman goes like, so I was gonna just throw you in jail, man, but you had a rough life. I see that, but the thing is, you can make it better. And you have the choice of scrapping your life, throwing it all away again, be just as bad as you were, or you can fix it just like your car. And the final page is him with his car all fixed up, being like a productive citizen society, and like taking on a more prominent role in his community. It was awesome to see, and the art is just stunning. They're all really well done. They all showcase just why Superman is important in the culture, and why like more people should read him, honestly. And Jim Lee does like some stuff in this, so it's amazing. Richard Donner, the director of the first movie, did a story in here. Probably the funniest thing in this, though, is this was made to also showcase Brian Michael Bendis' run on Superman popping off. If you remember that, John?
No.
It's all right if it's not. it's to showcase this, and it was a big deal. Like in the DC Comics at the time, they were like going, Bendis is coming to DC Comics, a 2 full page of it in the book, and they wrote in the, and so they gave him a little splash in one of the stories to do like the intro to his new upcoming run. It's Superman just getting tossed around by Rogol Zaar, and it's drawn by Jim Lee, so it's amazing. But it's just funny because that storyline did not go how they planned. No, not a lot of people liked that Brian Michael Bendis Superman run, and they did not like Rogol Zaar as a bad guy. And I can totally see why. In fact, I understand most of it. I like Rogol Zaar because of how ridiculous he is. He looks 90s as hell. It's just very funny to look back and reread this going like, yeah, we were pretty hyped for this villain that we all hate now. Yeah, I reread this. It was fantastic. And if you get a chance to read this in any sense of the word, definitely recommend it.
Dude, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just catching up on comments really quick here from YouTube. Woo! Glad the Kickstarter was fully funded. Thank you, and a heart back to you. Boom, 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 boom. My first read. Oh no, hold up. Oh, I got 2 up my sleeve here. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna block it. Okay. The first one was interesting. I purchased a slew of Sentinel literature because of that one series, like Sentinel, where the kid
like Bob Reynolds,
the Sentinel or whatever. And there was a Sentinel Squad 1 during the Marvel Decimation timeline. So, I better cover that up.
Are we talking about okay, are we talking about like mutant Sentinels, or are we talking about Bob Reynolds?
We're talking mutant Sentinels.
Oh, okay.
So Sentinel Squad 1, led by War Machine, is a bunch of human piloted Sentinels, except some of the pilots are mutants, and so there's the tension of, oh, we don't want any mutants in our organization. Except during this 5-issue run, the mutants come in clutch and end up saving the world. The thing that biffed me a little bit was, as someone that reads a good amount of X-Men literature, the mutants that were present in there, I was not familiar with. And so I'm all about debuting new characters. But the moment that they're forgettable, I don't know that we accomplished what we wanted to. I will say that what
are the characters?
So the 2 mutant characters, one is like named Meld or something like that, Melder, where he like corrupts metal and stuff, and he had a lot of actually really cool moments in the book. So him I'm not worried about. The person that they framed up to be the hero is named like Striker with a Y, Strike or something like that, where he does electricity, and that's it. So he's like Electro, but that's really all there is to him, and he's just like secretly hates that he's a mutant. I don't know. That to me shouldn't. I don't know. He shouldn't have. He ended up being the leader at the end of the book because of how he conducted himself. Yada yada. And it was a mutant success story in the military, and I don't know, like the character just kind of fell flat for me, I'll be honest with you. It was just one of those stories of, I'm more interested in the cameos, like Sentinel robots fighting telekinetic T-Rexes in the Savage Land.
Oh, what the heck?
Was entertaining. All right, that was fun. So that this wasn't all bad. The other thing that I liked that maybe came into play a little bit was the Sentinels actually had different models on them. Like one had more armor on it, so it was the Brawler. Another one was like a cloaked espionage unit. So they were kind of like trying to work as a team, and so they had different prototypes. But at the end of the day, it didn't really seem like a sustainable initiative from the government, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to the Sentinel Squad 1. I would give this probably a 2 out of 6 beer rating. If you're bored, check it out. Maybe if you get like Marvel Unlimited, you can just check it out digitally. I don't know. They'll be in your dollar bin or quarter bin, I guarantee you. Yeah.
You probably just bought those like because you just saw like some cool covers or something, right?
Well, I
Or,
was on a Sentinel kick, so I got
yeah.
one of each, you know,
Okay.
from the set boxes, and probably
The-
paid way too much for it. So.
I think like sometimes you'll run into a series like that where just like it's 5 issues and you kind of read it and but you're also kind of like, am I gonna remember this
Mhm.
later? Like this was a cool concept, but also like I don't see this ever coming back.
Right, right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but like, I'm glad you enjoyed it regardless though. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they'll bring back Meld and maybe they'll bring back Striker. Maybe it'll be cool this time.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Maybe he'll be the son of William Stryker.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right,
But my next two are gonna rock your face off, and I'm excited.
I'm very excited. My second pick here also comes with I got a bit of a bone to pick with it. My second pick is the phases of the Moon Knight #2.
Oh, I haven't read any of this.
So I will start with the things I enjoy.
Mm.
So the Moon Knight, it's no better time to be a Moon Knight fan. If you like Moon Knight, you're going to get a lot of Moon Knight, which I love. I'm never going to be mad about. And the stories they've been putting out, really fun. Been enjoying them. I'm really enjoying that they're just letting Jed MacKay just run with his story. And like the characters he's been creating are very well. Like a lot of the characters in the mythos of Moon Knight have not been in the play at all. Like Frenchie's not there. Marlene's not there. Like all the people that he usually has, they're not a part of this. Got a whole new squad. And I usually I'd be kind of mad about that, but I really enjoy what they're doing here. Not a lot of new characters, very interesting things. I'm still gonna pick up these books because I know this is gonna crash out anytime soon. So while Moon Knight's popular, I'm rolling with it. The bone to pick with these books. So I guess to give this the beer rating, this is this one in particular, it was probably a 3 out of 6 beers, I'd say.
Okay.
The bone I have to pick with this is that could they at least not have to feel like they need to get anxious and immediately jump a new #1 at me like every 2 weeks, every time? Because we had the Moon Knight book, which was 30 issues.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, and then they did. All right. We did a nice conclusion there. We'll start it up again. #1, same writer, same team, same artist. It's called Vengeance of Moon Knight. All right, fine. It's just a continuation, just with a new thing. Got it. All right, that'll last 9 issues. Like, okay, and like, all right. So now we have the Fist of the Moon Knight. That's the continuation after Vengeance. Why didn't you just continue Vengeance? It's like, in that #1, man. I'm like, this is going to be an absolute pain if I ever want to reread this. And Phases the Moon Knight doesn't help that because it's another book that's mostly an anthology story set of other stories involving Moon Knight. It's already a pain to organize all this.
Yeah.
I know this is a man like complaining that he's getting too much of what he likes, but
yeah. No, I
I
get that though, because I will be picking that up. I have, the Moon Knight run. I haven't read any of it yet because I'm way behind on all my spooky stuff and magical stuff. But I do have to file all that coming up, and I'm still trying to decide on what style of dividers I want to get because I will be doing, like the Volume 1, Volume 2, the limited series kind of system, just because it makes it easier in my mind. But it can be a lot. But once you get it sparkling, then it looks great, and you'll be like, yeah, I can navigate my collection. So
yeah, like I'm just gonna label it as just this is the Jed MacKay run from issue 1 to 30, and then issue 1 to 9, then issue 1 to whatever the Fist of Moon Knight goes to, and this will also just be there too. And it's a fun thing to have. I just really wish they would not feel like they gotta flip the table over every 2 seconds now.
Yeah.
You did it for 30 issues. Do it again.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, it's still fun. As much as I'm a complainer, I really did enjoy this, and they're still going to get my money for buying the comics, rest assured.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, my #2 Hawk and Dove.
Oh, really?
Issues 1 through 8.
Is that the New 52 one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Issues 1 through 8. I don't know why I got this except for the characters appearing in the Titan show on Max, HBO Max. And I really like this book.
Yeah.
First
That's
of all,
cool.
right away, issue 1 through 4, we get to meet the antagonist Condor, and then Swan is the evil female version, which she didn't last too terribly long in this arc, anyways. So shout out to Swan. She really got a rough ending there. But you know, and shout out to Condor for just making Bird superhero kind of cool because he was evil AF. Later on, we meet like a knockoff Doctor Strange character, and then Batman and Robin cameo. I mean, it's total formulaic, you know.
Fate?
No. It's a female, like evil, like I don't know.
Black Alice?
No, I don't know. She was like the sorceress or something like that. I don't know, but it was just like I just read the name and I'm like, okay, like like I'm gonna take this villain seriously. But ultimately, the thing I loved about Hawk and Dove, if you have seen the show and you want to learn more about the characters, those in particular in the show, this run is for you. Issues 1 through 8 were a lot of fun. They were enjoyable because the chemistry between them and the rich backstory that they bring is just amazing. The writing on this was a ton of fun, actually. And for a guy that mainly reads Marvel, as you can see, I don't know too much about Hawk and Dove. I have not read the originals. I kind of gathered what happened based on what they're sharing in these, which is nice. And I think it was a really neat look at the duo. So I recommend it. You can get these dirt cheap.
Yeah, you definitely
but,
can.
It was a fun read though. It's just I wanted to try something different, you know. And
I mean, that's definitely different for you.
Yeah,
I love that though. I love that you read that because that is such a Sam pick. Like, just like, what if I could just read this really random offshoot thing?
Yeah. So shout out to Condor and Swan though, because Hawk and Dove, man.
I think like the New 52 got a lot of hate, and some of it was warranted. But I think something that was interesting about it, it was really a time for people just to for writers just to go nuts with some stuff. They had like the full playground to mess with around again, and like I remember I read a Red Hood and the Outlaws book that had Kirk Langstrom, the Man Bat, as like a director of Shade, and just like, oh yeah, that's not going to be referenced ever again,
right?
And it's just like it's kind of interesting to go back and read that stuff. Like, I kind of love that you read that. That's amazing.
Boom.
Do you? By the way, you don't have to go back and read the Ditko stuff. I know Steve Ditko is a legend. I don't think that stuff was really worth rereading because it's.
I might have it already. I don't know. I have boxes of stuff I haven't read yet. So
like you got to go pretty far back. Like I think he made him in the 70s or something.
No. I know. I think I might have purchased it.
Oh, well,
I don't know where it is. I have boxes of stuff.
I don't find it to be Ditko's best work personally, but like if you read and you love it, by all means, absolutely. All right, so my third pick here is a fantastic one. John, I want you to guess what it is first.
Fantastic Four.
No, I have to read it still.
Oh,
I'm actually kind of behind. Like I just bought books right before we got on.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of behind.
No, I don't know.
So I was kind of intrigued to see what if anybody's been reading it. But have you been any interest in the Absolute Universe?
No.
That's when DC's been doing.
I'm just kidding. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I personally don't own any right now. So.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like the Batman one is pretty sick. The Superman one's pretty fun. It's definitely the least of the three, but it's still really good. And the one I'm showcasing is actually the Wonder Woman one because it's my favorite so far. This is how I have it set up. I have it as the all-in special to like read this, and then you'll kind of get where it comes from.
Right.
But then boom, Absolute Wonder Woman.
Cool.
This is the coolest crap I've seen in a long time. It's basically you take you take Wonder Woman out of paradise, and as a baby you put her in hell, and have Cersei raise her instead. Cersei's her mom in this universe, basically, and the foundation of hell and all the things like that could happen to her and make her jaded and like just be really angry. Nope, she is Diana, the Queen of the Amazons, and she goes, "I will have hell bend to me." And it is really cool. Like, she is like a badass, and she's still full of hope, and like, but she like was from hell. Like, she's got sick tats in there. Like, she rides a boned Pegasus. She's got a giant like cloud buster sword. There's a scene in it where she's a baby and she goes like, "Oh, okay, what's this lizard here?" Lizard breathes fire at her, and she goes like, "Hey, none of that now," and like kisses the lizard like it was nothing. It's just like, oh, okay. And it was just really interesting to see Cersei go from like, "What do you want me to do with a baby?" Like, whatever. I guess I'll just let it sit here. Okay, whatever. To, "Oh, this is my daughter." It was really well done. The art is really good. It's my favorite book of the Absolute series right now, even though like they're all fantastic. But this one was the one that I needed to showcase for sure. It is so good. I love it. You should hop on at least one of them, John. I think so.
We'll see. I'm getting books next week, so we'll see.
Okay, try at least Wonder Woman and see what you think about that.
TBD. All right, any guesses on my final one?
Can I ask a question in advance?
Yes.
Is it something I've come to expect?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
That won't help you though.
I'm just gonna throw a random thing out there.
Okay.
Is it X-Force?
No. I am reading that though, but
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. The final thing I wanted to try. This is a 6-issue set. Midnighter and Apollo.
I love that series. I love that series. Where are you coming with all these curveballs today? I love it. I love it. It's a great series.
Yeah. So the thing I like about, I used to hate short series because I want the story to go on and on and on. But the reality is I can sit down and crush one of these sets and just be completely content with it. And I love that. So I think my tune is changing with that. Yeah. Midnighter and Apollo. It was definitely enjoyable. More of the magical side of the DCU. And no complaints at all. I think that the characters themselves, to me, I think that I've read the Superman War World arc. Apollo was taken captive.
Yeah, he basically gets taken off the table instantly.
Right. And that seems to be kind of the experience I've had with these characters, is it's always a knight in shining dark armor kind of thing with these two.
Yeah, the writers are always a bit more interested in writing Midnighter.
Yeah.
And but they always have to like, he's with Apollo, so we gotta bring Apollo in.
Because I feel like they should maybe turn the tables around and have Apollo do the saving.
I would love that. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
But yeah, ultimately it was a fun look at the characters. I'm not as familiar with the characters, so it came recommended to me just to check it out. See some representation in the comics, which I thought was really cool too. And to me, it was just like, yeah, that's cool. There were some people at their dinner at the start of issue 1 and then at the end that were like friends that evidently were in previous arcs as well, which I thought was cool. So like the
Gregorio
cast kind of thing. But I'm terrible with names. I didn't know any of them. I was like, oh, I would be a wallflower at this event if I was there. But ultimately though, yeah, it was really enjoyable. A really cool look at Midnighter as a character. Apollo, mostly okay. I'm just tired of him being the songbird in the cage.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people who are like actually read Apollo are a little tired of that.
Yeah.
We all love Midnighter. Trust us, we all do. But like if I think the writers just kind of really just go like, I want to write about Midnighter,
Yeah.
but I also don't want to but I was like, I got to put Apollo in there. But I mean, it was kind of cool. He just you read the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Like him, Midnighter's going straight through hell and just
Yeah.
punching Neuron square in the face.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
There's the series Midnighter that came out in New 52 as well.
Mm.
That one they kind of just said like they're broken up. So Midnighter can play the field a lot more.
Okay.
And that one was a lot of fun too. If you were a fan of just brutal beatdowns over and over and over and over again, that's a series for you. Because that's mostly what he does in that is just fight people and fight people and fight people and fight people.
Goodness.
But it does have probably one of the easiest, not easiest, coolest, pull the rug under you moments.
Yeah.
In books lately. I won't spoil it because I people should read it. But the main daddy, that was cool. Didn't expect that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool. Oh my god, I'm so happy you picked up a Midnighter. Anything with Midnighter and Apollo, I'm gonna read that thing. So that's really cool that you picked that up and read that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to diversify a little bit and kind of take a break from strictly X-Men books and try something new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my last thing. What do you got?
That was the last thing. I'll find something really quick.
Oh, okay. I love how you just have books everywhere. I don't. I mean,
I really do.
I get it. It's a mess over here, dude. I have so much reading to do.
I'm just gonna keep this train rolling, honestly, with what I got. I think I made a joke about this in a video recently, actually, where I started reading comics for two characters specifically, Batman and Spider-Man. They're pretty basic choices, right? You go in with these characters in mind, and I started reading all of that stuff. I still read Batman continuously. It's kind of like eating my vegetables. I feel like I gotta do it, otherwise I'm you
don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and but Spider-Man, I haven't read it in since Dark Web, and that was a while ago. And do you know what oddly has kind of been filling a void for me that I never would have thought that I would have been in? I have become such a ridiculous fan of Superman.
Okay.
I don't know why. I can't help it. He's the first story I read now when I get new books. I'm like, oh, Action Comics came out, better read it. Oh, Superman came out, oh, I got to read that now. I think I've just kind of fallen in love with his characters, the stories around him, and how he conducts himself as a hero. It's just it's just very cool to see. And issue 19 here, this is the first issue right after they did their big new initiative where they're the all-in initiative alongside the absolute one over there. So this is the one where it drops that there's a Superwoman, everybody, and guess who it is? And they tried to make it a mystery, but we all knew it was going to be Lois Lane. Calm down.
Surprise.
Yeah, it's not a surprise to nobody. And they haven't told us how she got her powers yet, but the issue is actually really nice because it's all about how Superman and Lois can just bond over fighting bad guys now.
Yeah.
And they can go just honey, you shouldn't hit him like that. They're gonna launch way too far out. You can't do that. And there's a scene where Lois is like, oh, there's commotion. I got to go to this closet quick and change. And Clark's already in there.
What?
And it's just oh, and they meet each other. It's oh, this is kind of fun. Yeah. This is where you'll go all this time then, Clark? She goes here are a few other places. And it's just it's kind of when it's kind of if you're a partner of yours or a friend of yours all of a sudden is now into that thing you wished a friend of yours was always into, but now if they're a superhero.
Yeah.
And I guess it was a lot of fun. The art is by Dan Mora, so it's a beautiful book. I love Superman. I can't help it.
Ba-ba-ba.
I'm a big Superman nerd now.
Shout out to Krypton, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Did you ever watch that show?
No, actually, I did not.
I think I kind of honestly forgot it existed until like I saw an ad for it in a book again. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
the
I should
Krypton
probably
show.
check that out at some point.
It was like Game of Thrones in space, and like that sounds kind of sick. And Lobo's in it.
All right, well, that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another book I have. Otherwise, it's just more of the similar stuff I've always been reading. Batman, Detective finished up with Ron V, so I took a break. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that's a lot of Batman for me. We're just gonna read the main book and call it a day for now.
Yeah.
Otherwise than that, like, is there anything else you want to showcase there, John?
Probably just lift up the covers one more time. Just in closing, if I can find them all. Oh my gosh.
Gotta get that last minute plug.
Such a hot mess over here today. All right. So on the Bamboo Panel Studio side of things, you guys, our Kickstarter is still running. Link is in the comments on YouTube. It looks like I probably should do it on Facebook too. But the Kickstarter has 12 days left, and the nice thing about our Kickstarter is the books are already here for the different covers. And so just flying through those really quick. Rockstar artist who did the interiors of the book, Ashley Mortensen, did a beautiful new A cover for us. So this is second printing. She did a Kickstarter exclusive cover with a poppin' orange header. We have the Legend of the Beartar, Man Bear ? Who knows?
Man Bear Pig?
But definitely a fun sighting there of our boy Liam. From our friend Erwin Arosa, he did a beautiful movie poster variant. So this one's really neat.
So sick.
And then if you think the color's way too much, relax. We got you covered with a virgin black and white version. And then finally, Mikey Martinez is an artist based here in Sioux Falls, and he does very beautiful work. So he did this. And we have a limited black and white virgin version as well. We have 10 of those. So definitely looking forward to that. All of that is available on our Kickstarter, which is running now all the way through December 3rd. So if you have a pay period that lands during that, you want to get yourself a little treat for the holidays, feel free. And then just recapping again really quick, Randy and I are going to be repping Bamboo Panel Studios at Brookings Book Company up in Brookings, South Dakota on Saturday, November 30th. Event starts at noon. We are looking forward to meeting the Brookings and surrounding community and just connecting with people. So it'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Sam, thanks for taking time to round up tonight.
Of course.
We are definitely just kind of hopping into the holiday season here. We just got off of summer operating hours. Thank you guys so much for your patience, but be reassured that we are still enjoying our books, and definitely look forward to just hopping more online here. And I'm sure we'll be filming a little bit more once winter starts and there's no more going outside for a while. So it'll be kind of fun. But shout out to Tom, shout out to Mark, and yeah, that's all I have.
Fantastic. Our outro boys are gone, and we got to create a new one.
No, what? I still got my part. I say
Oh,
keep
I
it
see.
comics, and then I pass it to Sam to be the best Mark and say,
I don't even I got it wrong last time. Banging and boring's never boring, right?
boom, yeah,
Banging and boring's never boring.
yeah. You gotta make it that Mark like.
Yeah,
gruff voice.
no one
Yeah.
can fully do him better than him, but
Banging and boring's never boring.
Banging and
Yeah.
boring's never boring.
Yeah. Mark's got this rock star voice. Nobody can do it
Absolutely.
like Mark. Nobody. Shout out to Mark. All right. Well, we're gonna roll this beautiful outro. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. And definitely stay tuned. We'll be back with you soon. Have a good one.
A Comic Book Club, your weekly TV show on comic book culture.